Hello, everybody. Welcome to Destination Mountaintop. I know that it's been a long while since I've done an interview, and I'm back, though. You guys know that I'm a creature of habit, and I always come back. Have been away for a while with some medical illnesses, but now we got that all cleared up. God is a healer and a mighty God. And my first guest back this year, I haven't had a guest this year in 2023, is a good friend of mine, and I met him last year and we just gelled up, and he does some awesome things in this city. He is a hidden weapon, and when you're talking about somebody that is like, oh my God, he runs circles around everybody in this city. He is like zoom, but he gets it done. And I am going to let him introduce himself.
Okay, so my name is Jason Butler. I'm the co-owner of Tru Blue Media. I'm also run a little small construction company here in town. We like to do events based around music for local nonprofits and individuals and families in town. Was also part of the Mardi Gras this year, the Mardi Gras committee. I'm on the committee for the prison reentry simulator that is coming up in April. It's a pleasure to be here. Like I said, this woman right here talks about how I run circles around everybody. She does a lot as well, so don't let her undersell that. But yeah, it's glad to be here. Sorry we've had to reschedule so many times. We do stay pretty busy, so it does get tough to be able to sit down and take the time to do something like this. And y'all bear with me. This is the first time I've ever been interviewed, so we'll see how this goes for sure.
The thing about Jason that's wonderful is that he is everybody has their niche that they do, and his niche is he's an awesome fundraiser. When it comes to having a gift to pull people together and to pull people together to give and to help and to for a cause. He has a gift for that, and he can pull people together on the dime. People know if Jason Butler's name is behind it, that it is authentic, that it's not a scam, and that there is a need.
Yeah, I've learned, and I tell this to everybody at every event, when you surround yourself with amazing people, you can do amazing things.
Yes.
The events that we put on aren't possible without the amazing contacts that I've made over the years. We have a great community here, and just like anywhere, of course, we've got crime and we've got things that people are just don't like anymore and all this, but when we bring the community together, those things will change.
Yes.
We can filter out those bad things and filter in more good. And like I said, without the people in this community, the things I do aren't possible.
It's true. It's true.
Especially the local music scene. They are so supportive in every event that I put on. And without the local musicians around here, I don't know if I could pull off a lot of the events that I do. The fundraising part is just a shining light on the amazing people that we have here. And the thing about it, it's not even so much just being me. It's the people are willing to give. And they give all year round. They don't just give to me in the events that we do. They donate to local nonprofits all year long. And that's that bright light in our community that people aren't noticing. We notice the people going to jail. We notice the drive-by shootings, just like one we had the other day. But to me, if we focus that light on the good things that are happening in our community, more good things will happen in this community.
Yes. One of the venues that you use downtown is a venue that a lot of people really don't know about. Tell us about that venue that you use.
Hopkins Ice House has been an established venue in town for a long time. The owners are fantastic. The manager, Christian Mackey, and we'll give a shout out to Christian, is so open to doing anything that I bring to him, you know, and the owners are very responsive in it as well. We do a lot of our events on Sundays, just because most of the musicians volunteer their time, and we do it on Sunday to take away from their paying gigs. But Hopkins welcomes us with open arms every time we bring something to them, and it's generally, no matter what it is, they're like, yes, let's do it, let's pick a date. So huge shout out to Hopkins Ice House. George and Dave down there are just amazing. Christian Mackey has become a really good friend of mine. I love doing our stuff there. The atmosphere in that place is amazing. We have done events in other places. 67 Landing has been great for us. Redbone, I've done events for Redbone, so I don't want to just single out one place, because there are a lot of places that take care of us. The last event we did at Hopkins, nearly every venue in town donated something for our silent auction for that event.
Yes.
So it's about everybody pulling together.
Yes.
And when you have music involved, and you bring in all these venues that have music in them, well, yes, they want more music and they want more crowd, but they also want to help the community, and that's where it's really at. You know, we love doing our events at Hopkins, but as usual, we try to spread the love around as well. So, shout out to 67 Landing. Coming to see y'all in June. We got an event coming up in June. And we can talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm finding that there is a lot of little hidden gems in that downtown area that I didn't even know about, but I'm not one that ventures out much. And so now I'm finding out slowly that there are a lot of little places for dining, for live music, all types of music. Just a lot of the places there that the community at whole may not know about.
that's right. The downtown area is booming. Considering what it was 5 to 10 years ago, it's not the same area down there anymore. Cross Ties has done a lot and continues to do a lot. The owners there, they do donate a lot back to the community. Like I said, Hopkins, there's so many restaurants downtown now, and some of them have been staples in the area for years. You know, there's another little spot downtown called the Wild Hare, which is a local bar and pool table place. Dave Berkland owns that place. He's a great guy. He's bringing events in. I know he's got a bike night coming up that's sponsored by Texarkana Harley Davidson. You know, so there's a lot going on. The Mardi Gras parade coming back. Oh my gosh, I think there were probably 80 vendors down there, and the parade was nearly an hour long. You know, so it's showing that if we put these events on, people will come to them.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. That's what we want. We want the community coming together like that.
Yeah.
The more y'all show up, the more we can do.
Yes.
And it's not about making money for ourselves. I don't make a dime off of these events. It's
they
about
all go to something worthwhile.
That's right.
Everything that's raised, that I see the money raised for, it is either going to a worthwhile cause or to support a family that a tragedy has happened to.
Yes.
I've seen a house burn down, and on the spot, money raised to support that person.
We did an event in December of last year, which is a tough month to do a fundraiser. Because it is in between the holidays and right before Christmas. We raised nearly $2,000 for a guy that I knew out of Redwater. His house had burned and he had lost everything.
Yeah.
You know, and then we did another one in January at Hopkins for a friend of mine, Colton Foltz. What's up, buddy? Universal Vibes coming back. His mom has stage 4 breast cancer. I think we raised around $1,700 for her. And this is all in one day, you know, in just a short time period.
That may not sound like a lot of money to some people, but that is a lot of money when you start from a base of zero.
That's right. It's a lot of money when you're not physically able to work anymore.
Yes.
And that steady income that you had is gone.
Yes.
That $1,700 pays gas bill, electric bill, provide some groceries. You know, and there we've had other events that have raised a lot more. The last one we just did, I don't like to throw the numbers out there, but it did over $6,000 for a local family that was in need. And it was a fantastic event. I beg y'all to come out to these things. Even if you only show up and donate $1, that dollar counts.
It counts.
You know, every penny counts. And again, come out and show your support. And even if you just come in and you say hi to the people and you hug their neck and you tell them you love them, you don't even have to donate $1.
Because
just
the families
do that part.
are there. They come. They're there.
That's
you
right.
get to see and talk to who you're supporting. And people need to see that you love them and that you care about them.
The events we do for nonprofits are a little different. We do one for the Domestic Violence Prevention Center. I did one last year for them. I think we had 10 musicians, a full band, an Elvis impersonator all come out. We had cornhole, we had a bake sale, we had a silent auction. Did we reach the monetary goals that we wanted? In my eyes, absolutely not. But when the lady from the Domestic Violence Prevention Center talked to me after the event, she said, "Thank you. It's not about the money. It's about the exposure that program got." You know, we have a great domestic violence prevention center here in Texarkana that is actually not just Texarkana, it's Atlanta as well. And I'm sure it even has more offices. Those are the two I've dealt with. And we had 2 different news channels cover that event. I think 4 radio stations. And it's about getting the word out of that nonprofit so more people know the programs that are available to them.
Yes.
Texarkana Literacy Council is one of my favorites in town.
Yeah.
The ladies over there, love y'all. Christina Jones, you're the best. And Jenny Walker over there, love y'all. Big love right there. We do a music festival for them in September. We had it last year. We had 10 bands at that one. And again, it's not about the money.
And these bands are awesome. They are awesome.
Listen to me. The talent that we have in this small community, and I say small community, we're 70-something thousand people, but to a lot of bigger towns.
We have some awesome talent in this area. I'm talking blues. I'm talking rock. I'm talking bluegrass,
country, R&B. It's all there.
We got it all. You should go to Jason's. You got to give your page out, your page, so that people can go and subscribe.
Like and follow.
Like and follow, because Jason does drop little stuff on their page, and you will be surprised the talent that he drops on that page.
I will put the talent of musicians that we have within a 80-mile area of Texarkana up against Dallas, Houston, any of them. And what I really love about the musicians in this area, they are a family. They all compete for gigs at the local venues, but one of the last events we did was for a local musician, and to see the support that came from the local musicians for this person was amazing. I just did an event. I actually didn't put the event together. I was asked to MC the event this last Sunday in Gilmer for a local musician down there, and it was the same thing. I think they had eight or nine musicians, I believe, show up and play. And just the outpouring of love and everything for that one guy that came from the people in his area, that's what touches my heart and makes me keep doing these things. Because they just pull together. And like I said, a lot of times all of them show up and they play for free. They provide sound equipment. They help set everything up. They're the first ones there and the last ones to leave. You know, and you can't beat that.
Now, you have an event that's coming up here really soon next month, and it's coming close to another event, but this particular event you do need some sponsors.
Yes,
and
I do.
Let's talk about this one.
That is the hard part of putting these on. We do have expenses. A lot of times we pay for it out of our own pocket. We do have some sponsors occasionally donate, you know, but it's tough because we want to get to the point of doing at least one event a month.
Yes.
And we have one April the 2nd at Hopkins Ice House. It's a Tru Blue Media event. I'm the co-owner of that company. And it'll be for Texarkana Resources. And a lot of people don't know about Texarkana Resources. They deal with the physically and mentally disabled adults in our area. They're on Arkansas side on 19th Street. A fantastic program. To do the things that they do is just great. Their clients are amazing. I've been over there a couple times, and it's just a blast. Just fun to go over there. So we put together a music event for them. I think we have 7 musicians playing that day. We'll have a silent auction. But what I try to do is set some of these events up where our musicians actually get paid. And that's where our sponsors come in. So I need sponsors for this event to help pay for our sound crew and to pay the musicians, because I hate asking everybody to do everything for free all the time. So if you want to get with me about sponsoring this event, you can reach out to me on my cell phone, 903-826-4471, or you can reach out to me on Facebook on my page or the Tru Blue Media page, and get with me and let's put some money together and help raise some money for a local nonprofit.
And I'll pin his contact information in the notes on the video. I'll make sure I have his contact info pinned so that you can reach him. You know, like he says, nobody's looking to make anybody rich, but it would be nice to be able to say, here, you know, when people come play at your church, the musicians come play at your church, or the little pastor come preach at your church. You know, at the end of service, you might not have a lot, but you can say, here's $100 check, or here's a $25 check. It's the thought behind it, and the love behind it. So, you know, if you out there and you can sponsor, let's help sponsor.
Yeah, we do have sponsor packages, but again, we don't necessarily ask for those amounts every time. If you've got $25, $25 helps. You know, I have $900 worth of expenses for this event that if I don't get sponsors for, I will pay for myself. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out.
So so what you're saying is your goal for this event for the sponsors is only $900.
$900.
Okay, so look here, folks. Okay, listen to me. Okay, let me put it raw. How many people do you know will come on and say, we need $900? They will blow it up 3 times more than what they need. Jason needs $900. Let's see if we can help him.
And the $900 pays for our musicians and pays for our sound. Everything else, all the time, the effort, the gas, all that I spend, I don't ask for money for that.
My goodness.
We're just asking to pay these musicians, except it only makes them help us even more later on.
Come on now. Come on now.
I mean, we have, I think, right at 9 or 10 musicians playing the Domestic Violence Prevention Center event. Every one of them are playing for free. Over half of those are the ones that are playing at this gig on April the 2nd. And all of them have donated their time at one point or another to other events we've done. So that's how we want to set it up, to where we do these, what we call pop-up benefits, to where we can actually pay the musicians. It's only fair, like I said, they provide their time, they provide their equipment, and come out and they bring their followers, you know, and put on one heck of a show every time.
Yes.
So, and that's what the $900 goes for. It's to pay for the people that are helping us do these events. It's not money in my pocket by any means. I've never walked away with not $1 from one of these events. So it is all about the community and the nonprofit or the families or the individuals that we're raising money for.
Yes. I think this is a worthy cause. Destination Mountaintop, Army M1.
That's right.
we're going to, me and my little small organization, we don't have a budget right now, but I'm gonna donate $25.
You're awesome. Thank
And
you.
like I said, my time, my mouth. I'm gonna donate I'm throwing my R25. We got $5 a piece.
That's it.
So
You know, and that's
we'll donate between us, my four and me, we can come up with $5 a piece. So we got our $5 and we'll donate our $25, and I got my mouth and my show.
and what we do is, if you do donate, whether it's a silent auction item or a monetary amount, we cover you on 4 different Facebook pages. My personal page has a tremendous reach, and I still haven't figured out why, but I reach about almost 40,000 people a month with my personal page. Our business page has a good reach. Our mic drop page, which is a whole nother thing, has a good reach. And then Katrina, the other owner of Tru Blue Media, my girlfriend, her page has a reach. We also have TikTok, Instagram, the works. We will get your name out there for what you've done to help us out. And that's the part of the sponsorship is the social media package that we provide for you.
Well, I'm just gonna do this because I believe in what you're doing,
Appreciate it.
I think it's a worthy cause, and everything that you've ever come to me about, I believe in it, and I commend you for what you do. And I also had that ticket in my back pocket that says, one of these days I'm gonna pull it on you and say, okay, Jason, here's my card. I need you now.
And I'll be there.
Uh-huh.
I'll be there.
So,
The way we look at it, everyone matters.
yeah.
I don't like that some programs only work with a family, or some programs only work with this individual or that. The way we look at it, everyone matters.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't pick who we're helping. I'll see it on my Facebook page, and it's just God just tells you you're doing this.
Yeah.
The one we did for the lady with stage 4 breast cancer, I had no idea. Her son I consider him a friend of mine, Colton Foltz. He's the creator of Universal Vibe, which is the biggest event in Texarkana. So y'all get ready for that one. He posted on his Facebook page that they had set up, I think it was a GoFundMe or a PayPal account for her. And as soon as I saw it, I didn't ask him. I went to the venue. I told the venue what I wanted to do, and they were like, absolutely. And then I called him and said, hey, I want to do this. And a lot of times you get people are like, no, I don't know, because as pride gets to you, you don't want to ask people for help. And that's the thing. I'm going to do it, whether you tell me yes or no or not. I'm going to do the event, and the money's going to come to you.
Yeah.
The Texarkana Literacy Council has a great program called 100 Families.
I love that program.
They do a lot of great stuff for families in town. And I met I met Jenny and Christina last year at the Prison Reentry Simulator, and immediately I was all about what they were doing. And it didn't take long for me to put together an event for them. And that's what it really comes down to, is the stuff that just touches our heart, and we know that the money and the exposure is going to help people in the long run. So that's where we focus our stuff at.
Both of those programs I became involved with through you. And I go to those meetings and I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm here for, but I'm here and I love it.
That's right.
But if it's just to help get the word out, and which I need to get in touch with Deanna and do an interview with her, because
love you, Deanna.
Deanna is coming up close to time for the actual.
Yes, April the 20th is the Prison Reentry Simulator.
Now it's time to do another interview and really get in there and talk about this, Deanna. So get ready.
Yeah, if you want to know more about that, there's an event page for the Prison Reentry Simulator. This is another event that I will always back from here on out.
Yes.
And it's not about money. It's not about fundraising. It is getting exposure for people who have been through addiction, been to jail, and it's a program to let people see what it's really like to go through that, just in a simulation form, so you can have a little bit more compassion for those people
who have come out of jail.
That's right.
And what is like to try to get your life back together and fight with the system at the same time.
The recovery and all of it is a daily struggle.
Yes.
I'm nearly 2 years clean and sober now, and the prison reentry simulator last year opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. So if you're a business owner, a probation officer, a parole officer, or anything like that, I highly recommend you go to this event and check it out for sure.
And then, I'm looking at this, I'm following this guy on YouTube that is talking about his experiences coming out of not just jail, but prison, and doing some years in prison. And it's a whole total different level of mental things.
That's right.
That these fellas are coming through to get their life back on track.
It's
anybody who has a loved one that is going through any type of substance abuse problems and trying to re-enter society and meet those goals, dealing with the probation and everything, and get a job and deal with you too. You need to be a part of this. You need to be a part of this.
It's a whole different set of rules in the prison system and jail, and when you've been in there for any amount of time, you come out with a completely different mindset for a while, and it takes a lot of support and a lot of patience to get that person back to the point of society where they need to be. And you said something about broken system.
Yeah.
The system has rules in place for us to follow while we're in the system. Some of that need to be changed, absolutely. But to me, the broken part is not so much the system there, it's the society they're coming out to. And if society can change as a whole to welcome those people back in, help them get back on their feet, help them find jobs, help them find housing, transportation, introduce them to the programs that they have available for them, then we can break that pattern of a lot of repeat offenders. But again, that is a whole nother subject and a whole nother day.
I think that from the last meeting, I think that there is going to be a special part of this program on June 20th. There's going to be a special block session just for families.
Absolutely.
And where you can talk and ask questions, and there will be somebody from the mental health aspect there to help counsel and just meet your needs.
Yeah, Deanna O'Malley has put together a great event. Last year it was amazing. I was very hesitant about going last year. She had called me and asked me to volunteer. And I literally sat outside for probably 30 minutes debating on whether or not I even wanted to go in. And it was just sitting outside. At some point, God told me, he said, "You're going in there." And I got up and I went in, and it was a life-changing event for me. It's the type of event that changes lives for other people. It changes lives for people who have never been in trouble, never been in the system, and allows them to see people who have as more than just a computer screen and a rap sheet.
This is something really, really, really unique. It's
Absolutely.
It's hard to explain. It's like you have to actually walk through it.
That's right.
I think there is, at last count, there is 20 openings left.
I think so.
For volunteers. And that is no matter what walk of life you come from. If you want to be there just to sign people in, or you can volunteer to be the one to sit behind the table to be a parole officer
or a probation
officer or a judge. You can take on that role for the day, and you handing down the why did you not do this and handing out sentences and stuff.
Yep.
You can actually do this as a layperson, and because you're gonna get that piece of paper that gives you your part, and so you can do this, and
Yep.
so. Go on. We're gonna put that link in the
Absolutely.
notes too. I know we're covering a lot of stuff, but
Hey, I got a lot of stuff
it's
going
all,
on.
It's all intertwined. It's all intertwined into what we do. But we're gonna have Leanne on, and we're not gonna go too deep into that. But we want you to think about that too, because we're into that too.
Yeah,
So,
I think I believe I'm a guest speaker at this event.
yeah,
this
I
year.
think you are. Yeah,
Yes.
I think Jason is a speaker, and he has so much. It's just, God will put you where you're supposed to be and open up doors. So, what they say, a gift will make room for you,
Yes.
and you just have to be there. So.
So I do want to talk about one thing.
Okay.
The mic drop.
Okay.
Interview
Let's talk about
sessions.
the mic drop.
So this was something me and my girlfriend started last year. We just had an idea, and when we get an idea, we run with it.
Yeah.
So mic drop, and you can go to Facebook. We have a mic drop page. We actually pair two musicians together, and we let them interview each other.
Oh, cool.
And it is unscripted. We just sit them down and let them talk. And I think we've done 3 so far, and then we took a break for the holidays. But we're ready to kick back off again. So we're always open to suggestions. So if you have local musicians that you would love to see paired together to do this type of interview, hit me up, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Another venue downtown that I haven't given a shout out to, the 1923 Banana Club. David Peavy is amazing. That's where we've done all of our mic drop interview sessions. If you've never been there, definitely go check out what he's got going on down there. It is the only speakeasy in town. It's downstairs in the basement. You got to have the door code to get in.
Very cool.
You know, it's super cool. Just the whole atmosphere of the place is awesome. So be looking for another mic drop session to be coming up soon. When she told you I have a lot going on, we have a lot going on.
When you have it, please invite me. I want to sit
absolutely.
in and see it.
Yeah, we keep it pretty simple.
I want to come. I just want to be in the house.
We just let them interview each other. We don't try to dictate what's going to be asked or anything. The first interview we did was with 2 very good friends of mine, Heather Lynn and Kim Donnette, 2 powerhouse female vocalists in the area who have been a staple of the music scene in this area for a long time, and it was very memorable. I'll say that. We laughed and cried, and it's just a good thing. And the second one was Mark Braley and Barry Bobbitt, guys that have been in band after band after band. Mark is also a local business owner, builds guitars right here in Texarkana called King Hat Guitars. Love you, Mark. Shout out to you. And those guys have known each other since the 5th grade. So theirs was a little more, well, I've always wanted to know this, and I've always wanted to know this, and what do you think about this? But still a great interview. And then we have Liv from Alex and Liv. She interviewed Haley Wright, who is an up-and-coming star in the music scene. Love you, little sister. And it was a real good interview too. It's just different for them because there are no questions. We're not feeding questions to anybody.
Just doing their thing.
You just basically got to sit down and be able to have a conversation.
That is so cool.
We love it. It's like I said, it's just a different twist on it.
Yeah.
And we do it to show you that it's not just about music. Sure, you see them performing, and they've got this rock star status around town and everything, but they're just loving people all the way around.
Yeah.
And that's the side we want them to see. The Kim Donnette and Heather Lynn interview, they talked about everything from grandkids to divorce to getting their tubes tied to just whatever, and that's how we want them to go. We have a lot of fun with it for sure.
That is so cool. That is an awesome concept. And I want to go see the speakeasy, and I want to sit in the house.
Oh, it's awesome.
And see that next interview.
That
is awesome.
Just walking into the place, you just get this whole new vibe about it. the decor, the way it's set up. David Peavy did a fantastic job.
Wow.
And it has done some great things downtown as well.
That's awesome. It's a lot going on. I tell you, this interview has opened my eyes about so many things. Well, I knew a lot of things were going on, but really more than what I knew.
You know,
and
it drives me
awesome.
crazy. Everybody always says there's nothing to do in Texarkana.
There's a lot to do in Texarkana.
There's a lot to do in Texarkana, and there's a lot more coming. They're fixing to have
You just have to be willing to go outside of your circle and
That's
your
right.
comfort zone. Kind of reminds me when I lived in Mesa, Arizona, back in the early '90s. So you had Phoenix, Scottsdale, Mesa, and Tempe. It was amazing to me that within these 4 squares, you had people who never ventured out of those 4 squares except
right.
to go to work. And we ventured out everywhere. And there were amazing things in all of these. If you went to Tempe, you would run into the amazing tulip fields.
right.
And flower fields. If you went to Mesa, Tempe, the other one, you would run into the big rocks and the formations and all. Each one had his own treasures, but people that lived there never ventured out.
That's right. You know, I've been to Hot Springs several times. That's where Katrina is actually from. And there's stuff that people that live in Hot Springs and live there most of their life that have never done.
Because they don't venture out.
They don't do the tourist thing in Hot Springs if you live there. But there's so much there to offer. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Texarkana is actually the same way. And we're growing. And it's not just restaurants we're gaining. I know everybody, and we do have a lot of restaurants in this town.
We love to eat.
We love to eat in the South, that's for sure. But there's all kinds of boutiques. And these are small business owners, you know, that are looking to grow our community. And we get more support from those small boutiques and flower shops and bakeries and things like that than we do from any corporate organization. And it's nothing against the corporate organizations, but corporate does not develop the community like small business does. And that's why we love our small business donors. I wish I could shout out to every one of you, but there's so many that it's crazy. I couldn't even name them all off the top of my head.
Well, if you're a small business owner out there, or a musician, or anybody who wants to come on and talk about your thing, your business, your event, if you want to come on and tell your life story, you can contact me. I'm going to put my information on. Usually I have a runner across the bottom of the screen, which probably when I run this back, it'll be on there when I do that. You can contact me at any time, and we can set up an interview, and I will interview you. And that's no problem. This is Destination Mountaintop. Once again, Jason, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I have one more thing I want to say.
All right.
And I posted this to my Facebook page the other day. Actually, I got 2 things.
Okay.
So I put out a challenge on my Facebook page about 2 weeks ago to my 2,000 plus followers. If we could all do 1 hour of community service every week,
Okay.
that's 2,000 hours of community service put back into our town. Imagine the change that we make to our community if everybody donated 1 hour of their time every week.
True.
To benefiting people in our area. 2, I would like to say, if you want your community to change, the community has to embrace the change.
That's true.
So be a part of the change.
That's true.
And that's it.
That's it. That says it all right there. You can sit around and complain, But what are you doing to be the change?
That's right. Be the change.
Be
I
the
think I'm
change.
gonna get some T-shirts made with that.
That's true.
Be the
That's
change.
true. Be the change. Stop complaining. If you're not gonna do nothing, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Seriously, be quiet. Shut up. Shut up. If you're not gonna do a thing, shut up. Stop complaining. Stop talking about it. Don't do. Shut up. What you gonna do?
That's it. Come support.
I never forget when I had somebody tell me that, and I was complaining always about, oh, he this, he that, he did this, he did that, he do this, he do that, da, da. And the person said, well, Teresa, you ain't doing nothing about it, so why you keep complaining? And I know I turned several shades of red because I was embarrassed and I was stupefied, if that's a word. And I said, you know what? She right.
Gotta be the change.
She right. And I said, I'm not gonna leave, so I might as well shut the hell up. And I stopped complaining.
There you go. Be the change.
Be the change.
Thank you so much for having me on.
And thank you for coming.
Absolutely. I
And
loved it.
you guys, next time, till we see you again, we all know what it is. Faith, belief, for emotion. We love you.
Love
Have
y'all.
a good day. Bye.